Good morning. I was doing a delivery with someone, a Zoom delivery with someone last night, and I just thought, I'm going through all the functions, and I just thought, what, it'd be a really good idea if I do a tiny little snippet on each of the functions of the Thermomix. So, or the TM6, because we've got so many, and we've got new ones on there too. I have to show you that just in case you haven't seen, before we get on to what I wanted to do today. Grating and slicing for the cutter. So that's really exciting. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today was the scales. And it's just going to be just a couple of minutes, honestly, but there are 3 ways that you can access the scales on your Thermomix, and I want to show you those. So the first way, if you're doing things manually or you just literally want to weigh something, you just swipe this way, hit the scales, and there they are. Now, your scales are in 1 gram increments on the TM6, which is fantastic if you're really watching ingredients. I do remember when I had a TM5, it was a little bit frustrating waiting for the 5 grams to chup over. And I also remember when this first came out and our BDM at the time was going, oh my God, I can weigh a tissue, because it is 1 gram increments. Not that you really need to weigh tissues, but it was just, they're so light. So 1 gram increments is fantastic for a lot of people if they're watching, even if you're watching, calories, weight, whatever, it's a really good thing. So that's the first way that you can access the scales. All right, next, and out of that, come back to the home screen. I'm going to hit the hamburger, top left-hand side, the lines, my week. I'm just in the process of cooking actually these. I'm doing a surprise delivery demo tomorrow, and it's a birthday, so I'm going to made some little mini muffins just to take down, because I said they don't want much, just something little. So yeah, this is the birthday girl tomorrow. Anyway, this is the second way that you can access recipes. The scales, sorry. So in your guided cooking, the scales come up. However, the third way is sometimes in your guided cooking, it will say 150 grams of onion, but it doesn't give you scales. Now, I know that an onion's roughly about 100, average size onion is roughly about 180 grams, and I'll probably put the whole 180 grams in rather than having a bit left in the fridge. However, if you're unsure or you want to be super accurate, this is the way that you can access the scales. If the scales are not coming up here, you go to the 3 magic dots, click on those, and click on scales, and there they are. All right, so that's the third way. So the first way is swiping to access the scales. The second way is in your guided cooking. And the third way is going to the magic dots and find them in there. One more thing I want to tell you about scales. I'm going to go back to my magic dots, and I'm going to exit the recipe. Okay, so we, in Australia, we use grams and kilograms. In the US, they use ounces and pounds. Now, if you're doing guided cooking, then it will automatically come up with ounces if you're cooking an American recipe. If for some reason, maybe you're converting a recipe, I grew up in the UK with pounds and ounces, or maybe I'm trying to just do a recipe from there, from my childhood that's in ounces, then you can access ounces through settings. So I'm going back to the hamburger, clicking on settings, system of measurements. And at the moment, it's a bit hard to see probably, but it says we're metric. I can click to imperial. And now if I come back to the screen here and swipe and turn my scales on, I'm in ounces. All right, so that's how you can do that. Got to change them back anyway. Hamburger, settings, system of measurement, and I'm putting it back to metric. Okay, so hopefully that's answered a few people's questions, maybe if you've got them about your scales. Anyway, it's a good reference to have. So next time I will look at Domo. Just going to work through the screen on the of all the functions. So hope that helped, and please remember, reach out if you've got any questions. Thanks.